Senior U.S. administration officials say that President Donald Trump will be meeting Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the G7 summit. Senior U.S. administration officials say that Trump will be meeting leaders of India and France and also Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the G7. The U.S. official says that Trump will meet with the UAE, Qatar and other West Asian leaders. However, Netanyahu will not be there during bilateral talks with West Asian leaders. India has been invited as a partner country by France, which holds the 2026 G7 presidency. This will be India's 13th participation at the summit. The tour of the Prime Minister will begin in the French city of Nice, where the Prime Minister will hold bilateral talks with French President Emmanuel Macron. Defense cooperation, civil, nuclear energy, critical technologies, innovation and regional security are expected to dominate the discussions. A key highlight in Nice will be the launch of Bharat Innovates, a flagship event bringing together startups, innovators and venture capital leaders from India, France and beyond.
A big confirmation. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the US President Donald Trump will be holding a meeting here in France next week on the sidelines of the G7 summit. Now, this meeting will be the first such meeting between the two leaders since Prime Minister Modi traveled to France last year in February, and also since the May conflict, where Donald Trump claimed that he diffused the conflict while India dismissed that. Now, the meeting comes in the backdrop of first, the trade conversations between India and the US trade teams have been traveling to each other's countries, but there hasn't been any public headway that has been made, even though the US ambassador Sergio Gore looks quite confident. And also killing of the Indian sailors. 3 Indian sailors were killed by the US forces off the coast of Oman, and that has triggered massive anger in India. And India has not only summoned the USCDA twice, but also the Indian External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar has lodged a strong protest with the US Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Sudhan Sibul for WION in France.